It had been another busy day on the Skarloey Railway, and Sandal was making his way back to Croven's Gate with his last train before turning in for the night. But he wasn't in the best frame of mind, and muttered something to himself as he shunted his coaches and rejoined the other engines at the shed. What was I thinking when I saw that face? I must have been out of my mind. Maybe I thought, oh, she's a special case. It's going to be there this time. What are you talking about, Sandal? Have you been listening to obscure new wave music or something? Sort of. Especially after Percy and his driver introduced me to Toni Basil and her self-titled album of 1983. Cheers, Percy. Anyway, a few of Toni's tracks reminded me of someone I remember well from the mid-Sodor days, although she has, presumably unintentionally, left me feeling disheartened as of late. It's not your Brazilian friend, is it? No, I didn't meet Julia until long after I arrived on the SKR. I'm talking about a refreshment lady turned station master who was on our old line. She was one of my closest friends and all. Most intriguing. I didn't think there were any female staffers on the MSR. Well, Skarloey, there was at least one. The sad part is that she moved away to the other side of the world after our line shut down in 47, but I initially thought we could stay in touch. However, she only wrote back to me once or twice after she left, and I haven't heard from her in a hot minute. Anyone would think she's forgotten me. Are you okay, Sir Handel? You sound rather angry. In all honesty, I have no fucking clue. You know, I can't take the long and lonely nights. I'd rather be up there with the satellites. What satellites? Oh, that's just a nickname I made up for Cull D and his mates. My thinking was that, when they're up at the summit station, they're so high up that they may as well be mingling with the International Space Station and other satellites. What I'm saying is that I wish I could be up there on Cull D Fel, where I could just relax and forget about this old acquaintance. I see you've come a long way from the days of scoffing at the very idea of a mountain railway. Well done on that front. Wait a minute, Sandal. What do you mean by lonely? I've always got myself, Skarloey and Rheneas if you want someone to talk to. Surely that would take your mind off whoever it is you're on about. That's as may be, Sita Pam, but with all due respect, I'm not sure if you guys would fully understand. Would you excuse me for a moment? There's somewhere I want to be. Where are you going, Sir Handel? I'm off to study brain rot at the University of 6-7. Mind your own business, you nosy asshole! How dare you speak to me like that? Fuck this. I'm gonna find a better atmosphere. About 1,000,000 miles from here. Sir Handel was deep in thought as he ran light engine up the line, while the others were left feeling rather puzzled. After taking time to collect their thoughts, they discussed the situation amongst themselves, before Rheneas puffed away to find Sandal. He had the goodwill to collect a small load of coal in case Sir Handel ran out far away from a station. But he ended up having to go further along the line than he was expecting. He eventually found Sir Hayden's cousin sitting at Elephant Park Station from that one Season 7 episode. There you are, Sir Handel. I've been looking for you for ages. I had a feeling I could hear an engine puffing. The lads were concerned about you, so I volunteered to conduct a welfare check, if you will. With that context in mind, can you tell me what's on your mind? Oh, lots of things, my dear engine. An awful lot of things. Oh, I'm such an idiot. In what sense? I spent so much time believing all the lies to keep the dream alive. All to no avail, it seems. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if she's completely forgotten that I exist. Okay, now I'm even more confused. You gave me the impression earlier that you couldn't take the long and lonely nights, but now you have run off in an effort to be alone, and you're bringing up something about lies. What the hell is going on, man? I just thought that I'd better get away from the others in case I ended up making a fool of myself by shouting something to the sky that's directed at this old acquaintance. I didn't think you guys would want to be burdened by any more of my complaints about the individual in question. Surely, Rheneas, you can relate to the feeling of being seriously let down by someone who you thought was one of your best mates. Oh yes, I've been around long enough to have made many good friends, but later lost them for one reason or another. I understand your frustration, Sir Handel, I really do. But with all due respect, I think you're not doing yourself any favours by dwelling on this situation. What's happened has happened, and I would highly recommend forgetting about her and trying to move on. I'll consider your suggestion, but I'm not sure if I'll act on it. In any case, I would prefer to sit here and think things through for a while. As you wish, Sir Handel, but if there's anything else you wanted to say before I go back to Croven's Gate, you'd better say it now. Rheneas sat there for a little while, in case Sir Handel had anything more to say. But the SKR's number 3 was too deep in thought, so he just stared off into space without saying another word. As such, Rheneas puffed away to Croven's Gate, taking the coal trucks with him, as it turned out that Sir Handel didn't need refuelling after all. As he went back along the line, Rheneas was left wondering what would have become of Sir Handel and his mental state going forward.